Now let's go and take a look at some examples of applications that could be built using Excel. Please note that I'm going to share very simplified version of the actual templates. These are built just for illustration here, and in order to see the full functionality, we recommend looking at the actual templates that we have published on Indzara.com. In our first example, we'll take a retail business environment where we buy products from our suppliers and we sell them to our customers. Here we have 3 different products. We have different prices at which we buy them and sell them. We can enter the orders, like in this case I've entered 4 orders, whether it's a purchase order or a sale order, which warehouse location am I going to be bringing the inventory in or selling the inventory from. So we have 2 different warehouses, warehouse 1 and warehouse 2. Now, when we have purchase orders, we need to provide the details of the purchase orders. So you can see here, order number 1, we have 7 units of boys shirts, 15 units of kids shirt, 5 units of girls shirts, and so on. So every order, we can enter the details of the order. Now, in here is the invoice, which will automatically generate. So I can do first order, second order, so I can change them easily. And on the right side, we have how much inventory do we have based on all the purchase orders, how much have we collected into our inventory. Now, what we're going to look at is about the sale order, specifically the 4th one here, where we want to sell from warehouse 2. And what do we want to sell? A boy's shirt 5 quantity and then girl's shirt 3. And you can see here that we have just enough inventory here, girl's shirt 3 and then boy's shirt 7, and we only need to sell 5, so we should be good. But let's say if you had the need to sell 5 girls shirts and you put in 5 in your sale order, you will see that the invoice will tell you you cannot fulfill the order here because you don't have enough inventory. So now you need to go back to changing it to 3, or you should have purchased more when you purchased in the purchase order. So let's say, for example, here I want to go back to 3, and now it'll tell me I can fulfill this order, and this is the invoice, this is the total, and all that. So what we have done here in a very, very simplified version here, to actually manage inventory at 2 different locations, different products, different purchase, different sales price, we can track the inventory, we can manage invoices, and we can also manage the finances related and also have reporting on business performance. So all of those things can be achieved in a simple Excel file. In our next example, we go to the manufacturing business environment where we create products from raw materials. So in this example, I have 2 products, apple banana shake and banana berry shake, and I make them from 3 different raw materials, apple, bananas, and strawberries. I can set at what point should I place a new order to replenish my inventory. That's called the reorder point here. This is where we can enter how we make the product from the raw materials. So in this example, the banana berry shake, in order to make 1 unit of banana berry shake, we need 1 banana and 5 strawberries. To make 1 apple banana shake, we need 2 apples and 2 bananas. So this is our recipe table. And here we enter purchase orders when we purchase raw materials from our suppliers. So in this case, I have 3 different purchase orders. Order number P1, we can see that we have 5 apples, 12 bananas, and 5 strawberries. In the second order, we purchased 5 strawberries. In the third order, we purchased 10 apples. So as we make more purchases, we can enter them here. The inventory will immediately get updated to show us how many units of raw materials we have by each raw material. It'll also tell us whether we should be ordering them based on the reorder points. Now everything looks good. Let's say a customer comes in and we want to provide a product to the customer. The customer may be asking for one of the 2 products. So let's say apple banana shake or banana berry shake. Let's say the customer wants apple banana shake. You can instantly see you can make 6 of these using the inventory you have. And the template will calculate this and tell us. And if you decide I'm going to make a purchase of 7, for example, if your customer is asking for 7, you know that you don't have enough inventory and you're down by 2 bananas. So you need to make sure that you get 2 more bananas in your inventory before you can fulfill this order. Now, if you go with just 6, then you can fulfill the order, but you can see that 2 of your raw materials are now below the reorder points, which tells you that you need to make purchases of those raw materials. And you can instantly change this to banana berry shake, and now it'll tell you you can make 2 of the banana berry shakes totally, and if you decide to make 1, and you'll still have enough inventory to make 1 more. This is how Excel can help you in making those critical business decisions. Just like in the previous example, invoicing, purchase orders, reporting, all of the other aspects of managing business can also be included in one Excel file. Now for the third example, let's switch to a rental business model where we have a set of assets. In this case, we have chairs and desks and tables, and we have a certain number of items that we own, and we rent these assets to our customers in return for the rental fee, and that's the business model. In the table below, we have entered the orders that we have received from our customers to rent out these assets. For example, we have an order to rent out 2 bamboo chairs between 15th January and 15th February, and so on. Now, on the right side on the top, we can immediately see for those orders, based on those orders, how many units of each asset is available on the calendar view here. So from February 10th to 24th, you can see how many items will be available for each asset. We can easily also see how many are being rented. So you can see the rental quantity as well as how much is available to rent further. And let's take an example here. For the last order we have from 20th Feb to 28th Feb, we need to rent out square tables. Before we can decide how many we can actually rent out, you can see the available quantity from February 20th. You see that it's only 5. So we can definitely not rent out more than 5. Let's say 7. If I enter 7, you will immediately see that we do not have enough inventory to rent out. So we should do 5 or less. And now there we go. So if you rent out 5, you can see that you will not have any more left from 20th onwards to rent out. So if you need, if you get a future customer order for the same duration or the same time period for more square tables, which means that we don't have enough inventory to fulfill that. These type of business decisions are very critical, and as we looked at the previous examples, invoicing, purchase orders, receipts, and also managing the business performance, like how is the business performing in terms of revenue, all of that can be achieved within a simple Excel file. Now for the next example, let's move into a business where we are tracking leads and we want to manage the sales funnel for our business. So this is an example of a customer relationship management or sales pipeline management tool. You can, in this business model, we have leads, and then the leads become an opportunity, and then we do a demo, and then we actually get a quote out, and then that converts into a sale, or it doesn't get converted into a sale, in which case we lose the deal. So this is our pipeline or the sales funnel, and you can see how we can immediately see how many open deals we have, how much total dollar value is it, how much of that can be converted and can become revenue in the future. You can see all of that here instantly. You can also see where those 4 open deals are. 2 of them are in the lead stage, 1 is in quote and 1 is in demo, and all of that information is immediately visible to help you make the right business decisions and prioritize where you need to be working on. You can overall see we have converted 3 deals, or we have won 3 deals, and we have lost 7 deals. And this is how much money we have made. This is how much money we didn't make. And then the conversion rate is 30%. We can see where the deals are lost. This helps us understand which stage of the funnel do we need to improve our conversion rate overall, and how much time does it take to win these deals. It takes on average 38 days. You can have your company and then the contact information for all these deals in this little table, and then you can manage the status of those deals. You can also use this to easily filter out, okay, I want to know which deals we won, and maybe you can learn some things as takeaways from those won deals, or you can look at currently, I just want to see which ones are in the quote stage. All of those can be within a click away from you, and this is a very simple Excel file without a lot of complex formulas or anything. And we can extend this further to incorporate more features, but the message here is that you can have an all-in-one application managing the different aspects of your business with a simple Excel file. Now let's move on to our fifth example, which is applicable to almost all the businesses, especially the for-profit businesses, which is managing your finances. Here in this little table, we have all the financial transactions that happen in your business. You can say what type of transaction was it? An expense? Was it an income? Was it a payment? And you can enter the amount, and you can categorize them by whether it's a product revenue or a service revenue, or what type of expense was it. You can also provide information on which account did you use to make that transaction. Was it your bank checking account, or was it your credit card? In this simple example, I've chosen two types of accounts, but you can see that we can expand it to more easily. And as soon as you enter information in this table, you can see that the bank balance and the credit card balances are immediately calculated, so we can see how much balance we have in those accounts. You can also see on the right side the income statement or the profit and loss statement, which calculates our business's profit, and this is fully automated. So if I have more income, let's say instead of 1,500, it's 2,500. You saw that it immediately changed our profit and loss statement. And if I go back to 1,500, you can see that gets updated. So this is just to illustrate that we can manage all aspects of the finance of a business, such as profit and loss, or cash flow reporting, or tracking unpaid invoices and unpaid bills that you need to be paying, getting insights about where the money is spent, where the expenses are going, the amounts are going to, and also where do we make money from, where is the income coming from. By knowing those things, you can make very insightful, meaningful business actions that will help drive your business further. For the next example, let's move completely to a different domain in the human resources world. Here we are tracking recruitment. So what I have here on the top left is a table of jobs. Essentially, we have two jobs, Excel developer and Excel tutors, that we are trying to hire for. And we have 2 positions of developers and 3 positions of Excel tutors. And then here in this table, we are tracking the candidates or applications that you applied to those positions. We can track the source of where we got the applications from, and then we enter when the application was received, when we did the phone screen, when we did an in-person interview, did we make them an offer, did the person get hired. So all of those information are entered in this table, and we can immediately get insights like, for example, how many applications do we need to before we get a conversion or a hire. So it takes 2.5 applications in the simple made-up example to get a hired candidate. And we have 3 open positions, and we can see where the 3 open positions are. 2 of them are in the application stage, and 1 is in the offer stage. And we can see which sources are actually bringing us better quality candidates. In this case, the summit brought 100% of the candidates through the summit we were able to hire, only 50% through the website in this case. The recruitment funnel here tells us how effective we are in making the candidates go through the different stages, and we can see which stage there is a big drop off, which tells us where the candidates are dropping off in the funnel, and will help us improve our funnel or maybe improve our screening methods so that our funnel can become more and more efficient. For the next example, we're going to stick within the HR world, but we're going to look at leave management. In this scenario, we can track the number of days that the employees have taken leave and also how many days they are available to work. You can use it from a pure reporting perspective. to provide the report back to the employees, or you can also use it as a planning tool where you can plan for the future month and say, okay, this is how many people will be available next month. So you can decide to take on the projects and manage your project planning accordingly. So here, for example, different businesses have different weekends. And so if I only have Sunday as my weekend, I can just check this box and you can see instantly that only Sunday is highlighted in the calendar here as weekends. If I have Saturday and Sunday, I select both Saturday and Sunday. And then we can enter the list of holidays. So I have entered 3 different holidays, and you can see they are marked in purple here on the calendar. And here in this table, we enter employees' vacation or leave, and we can also mark them as, is it a sick leave type or a vacation leave type? And you can see that those two are shown in different colors on the calendar. And for every employee, we can see when they are going to be taking time off. And at the bottom, you see available to work, which is how many employees will be available to work on those specific days. And this is what you can use for planning. At the bottom here, you have a report which just tells you for each employee how many days of vacation, how many sick, and it'll also auto-calculate the number of days that they worked. In the next example, we're going to look at something related, but it's more belonging to the project management domain, where we can plan our projects more effectively. For example, here, I have 3 resources in my project manager, web designer, and a developer, and I can enter how many hours are they going to be available for each weekday during the course of the project. And on the left here, I have the specific tasks that we need to do as part of the project, and I will enter how many hours of work that is required for each task. We can also set if there are any predecessors. For example, task 2 can only be done if task 1 is completed. Task 3 can be done if task 2 is completed, and so on. And the template will automatically calculate how many hours is it feasible to actually work, given that these are your availabilities, and for each employee on each given workday, you know how much their capacity is or availability is. Now you need to schedule them based on these restrictions that you have around how much each task is, who's working on, who's assigned to that task, and also the predecessors or the dependencies. So using all these criteria, Excel has to figure out when will the actual work be done. And this is how it is doing it. And you can see the version of the Gantt chart showing how many hours of work is being done on each task. And more importantly, you can actually see which tasks will complete and which tasks will not. Given that we have a month window here as a planning project duration, we can see whether any or each task will complete or not, and we have one task which will not complete. And at the top right, you can also see the total number of hours that the project needs, which is 160. Total number of hours that we can actually schedule, given the capacity is 152. So 8 more is needed. So the project needs more capacity. So either you increase the availability of the resource, which resource? And this is where you can see the project manager's task is the one that is not going to complete. So we need to give more availability to the project manager. So let's say I go in and say that project manager works more, like 7 more hours on Saturdays. And that looks like that solved the problem. But another way to do it would be if you decide, okay, maybe this task which requires 20 hours, maybe we can do it in 10 hours. That was an incorrect entry, let's say. Now you change the demand, and by that also you can meet the capacity and the demand balance. So it will tell you that the project is now feasible, all the tasks will complete, you can go ahead with the project. So the bottom line here is about decision making. Can you make good, effective decisions using Excel as a tool? It is not just data storage, but it's actually smart, intelligent decision making, and takes all the manual things away and takes all the lots of different steps and everything. You just enter your data, you get the decision output. That is the real key benefit of using such tools. Now let's move on to the last couple of examples. Here we're going to actually move away into more administrative type of tools. So let's look at first a digital catalog. A catalog as it says, it's just a way to display your products, and you can potentially give something like this to your prospects who are interested in your products, but they want to know what products you have. And this is just to illustrate how I can filter the products that I'm displaying by just using these checkboxes. If I want to remove the HR, then I can do that. And I can see there are 21 products that are applicable to my filters. And I can also scroll between pages, page 1, page 2, and I can actually search. So I can actually type in something like project, and then now it'll actually show me only the products which have the word project in its name. And I can also sort them by ascending by price, which is 30, 3500, or I can do descending by price. Then you'll switch 100, 35, $30. So you can do sorting, you can do search, you can do, scrolling through. All of those immediately, reflects, the changes that you made. And this is how you can create an interactive digital catalog just in Excel. Again, no VBA, no coding, it's just formulas. For the final example, I want to go back to a calendar. The calendar example where I started my Excel journey many years ago in developing applications. So here is a very simplified version of a calendar where you can just type in any year, and I can, we can immediately create a monthly calendar here for that year. And you can also choose which month you want to build a calendar for. And I can go back to January or February or any of the months. I can also choose which day of the week I start from. So I can change it to Monday, and you will see that immediately everything is shifting around. So for example, I can say week begins on a Sunday in some places, and that's perfectly fine. You can manage it. Now, if I want to change my weekends from Sunday and Saturday to only Sunday, all I have to do is to just uncheck the box, and now you'll see that the red font only applies to Sundays. We have 2 holidays and a few events here that I've entered in these tables, and you can see the events and the holidays are colored in different colors. So you can extend this to any, type of calendars. We have recently released like 21 different calendar designs in our 2021 calendar, which is available for free download. You can take calendars to a lot of places, within Excel. Hopefully, these examples have given an idea about the versatility of Excel and how we can develop these solutions for a variety of business needs. Now, for the final section of this session, we're going to talk about a simple framework that you can use to develop these applications and